Okay, and we're back with Doki Doki Literature Club. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna go on to the second page now. Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Surya has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Are like school festivals something they really do in Japan? Because, I mean, like every anime I've seen, they always like have some school festival thing whenever it's kind of a slice of life thing. So I assume they're real, but I don't really know. Maybe it's just kind of like a trope. Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica, yeah? We're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. I doubt anyone's going to do that. I remember, I think it was 9th grade. We had to do a poetry thing. It was god awful. Like, I hated it so much. I chose like the shortest thing I could. Some lucky bastard got to get this poem. I want to say it was McDonald's. It was some like fast food place, and it was literally like 3 bloody words long. And I envied him so much because he could do it ironically and stuff, and it wouldn't be embarrassing at all. But no, I had to like pick like an actual poem, and it fucking irritated me so bad because I couldn't really play it off as like a joke or anything without looking stupid. And like, it was so cringy because then there were people who did like 21 Pilots songs and shit, and then Fall Out Boy as well. It was all those peppy kids. You know the one crowd I'm talking about, you know? They're always together in the halls and shit. Always sit together at lunch. It's one big group of people. It's a bunch of subgroups, but they always come together in one social gathering. Subgroups are determined based off of classes. Why the hell am I talking about this? Okay. Sierra's putting it all on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Ehehe. Sari, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't. You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. I should tell a little story from my job sometime. It reminds me of something one of my coworkers said. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayuri. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then we will inspire others to do the same. You're poking Natsuki in the eye. Get your fucking finger out of her face, you stupid. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, fighting new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others to inspire them to... Same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. ... quotation marks, ... quotation marks. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new men. Why am I yawning so much? God damn it. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright, phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Peer pressure gets the better of her. Sigh, I guess I don't really have a choice. Hahaha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. She looks actually kind of worried about it. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. I'm not gonna lie. Having this on a HD computer monitor, I mean, when I lean back in my chair and I look at it, I just can't help but feel a bit ashamed. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice rejecting them in front of each other, reciting. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica, I wonder how annoying my aunts sound over my... I have no fucking clue what they sound like. Flips through a notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way of the Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. Thank God they're not going to actually read it. It'd be too long. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. If this is something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? Glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. What about... Oh, okay. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Set the bar too high for you. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. I'm gonna upstage you. Ooh, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she quietly walks over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of the Crimson Eye. Fucking hell. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire that Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality. Oh, there goes gravity. He glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. What the fuck you mean? Everyone just had to applaud. I'm the first to start applauding. Oh, so he's the one who start. I've always wondered how do you know when to start applauding? I mean, who's the first, like, you know, the situations, it's usually in movie cliches when someone applauds first. Like, I don't know, like, how do you just figure out that that's what you're supposed to do? It'd be so awesome if I could do that one day. That's like a bucket list thing. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Ehehe, Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. Oh, that reminds me of... Nah, that was more of another thing I had to do. This was back in middle school, though. 7th grade science. We had to make a rap with a group of people. And, it was about systems of the body. I had to do it was the respiratory system. I remember my group. It was one of my friends from like kindergarten, and then a girl I had a crush on. And I remember I spent the entire night before just memorizing the hell out of it. And basically, my friend was sick, and I ended up writing his lines. So I basically memorized mine's, his, and I had to also know the chorus. And my whole thing was, you know, if I just do it really fast, it'll sound good. And so I did. I memorized it good enough where I was able to sing it really fast. And that was basically the whole reason why we won. And I was really happy about it. She rejected me and dated someone else. Middle school. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes. We applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even Octile liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. Ooh, I have leftover pizza in the fridge. I'm gonna make that. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work quite as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Ehehe. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little bit more. I know I make fun of the visuals and stuff, but goddamn, I really like them. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay, now who's next? Natsuki? Oof. Don't make me go before Octile. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. I might as well let Octile lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up in front of the podium. Everyone's eyes are on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I pull out my poem. My spaghetti falls everywhere in the process. I bend over to pick it up, and I let out an earth-shattering shart. The whole room is filled with shit. Everyone drowns. That's the end of the game. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put my spaghetti back into my fanny pack. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. That's fishing for compliments, you little shit. Don't worry about it so much. Think of it as less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? That's a weird name. Because you're presenting. Humph. Anyway, the poem was called Jump. Jump man, that boy up something. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Ah, well... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. Oh yeah, by the way, that rap thing I was talking about earlier, we had to do it in front of the entire 7th grade. That shit sucked. It was inside of the auditorium. It was on stage. It was garbage. But at least everybody's stuff was bad, so there wasn't pressure. Except mine was good, because we won. First place. That's not something to be proud of. Why am I proud of that? I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everybody for coming, though. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poems to recite instead. That's fine, too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised you're putting all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. That's why my hair is in the... Oh, her skirt goes up, too. I'm actually pretty glad I didn't notice that until now. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think it's about it for today. The acoustic guitar means everything's getting mellow. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning that tomorrow. And then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. I feel like it's been a while. Has it? Yeah, it's been about 20 minutes. This is a good spot to end it. That's the end for this part of Doki Doki. See everybody in the next one. I've realized all this is basically just me doing this game, while also doing my own little commentary and stuff on the side to keep myself entertained. It's pretty nice, I'd say. Maybe people will enjoy it. I don't know. I'm not really trying to... I don't know. I just kind of dislike the fact that everybody has the same voice. It'd be nice if there was like a female or something to read this to. Just cause it seems weird. Anyways, enough of that.